What's up, y'all? What's up? Nick here with another one. Man, in North Carolina, it's raining cats and dogs. And now I'm hearing in the next couple of days, we got some snow coming in. So, man, we got to deal with that. So, yeah, it finally stopped raining. So I said, man, while I got a break in the rain and this upcoming snow, I'm going to come out here and update y'all on this John Deere. And last time we were addressing that oil leak down in the front of the motor and we got that fixed. But remember I had said that you never know, as this thing runs a little bit, you can always find another leak, and guess what? That's exactly what I did. Hold on. So yeah, we got that front leak fixed there. We're having that oil drain problem. I got that taken care of. But I got running this thing and just checking it over. And I look underneath and let me see if y'all can see it and put some light on the subject. I can get under here. I want y'all to see real quick. See right there where that seam is? That's a little drop of oil that's coming down the front of the flywheel area and trickling down right there. So yeah, y'all, man, I got another oil leak. So remember, this thing's almost 30 years old, and it's not uncommon on a small engine to have those rubber seals and gaskets go bad and start leaking. So it's not uncommon, and so we can address that. But I guess you could say it's kind of good timing because I got another dilemma I got to address. Let me show you this. So as I was saying, this is a 1996. It's almost 30 years old. You can see right there, date of manufacture, 08 of 96 engine, mower. So the deal is, on these Kawasaki's here, anything prior to midway 1998, they had inside the motor what they called a plastic cam gear. Plastic, who does that? So you can imagine what a plastic gear inside of a hot engine, a small one at that, running at them high speeds and temperatures, what that plastic will do over time. So they got smart after midway of 98 and start putting a metal cam gear inside. So that doesn't do me any good because I still got the plastic one in. So what do I have to do? I'm going to have to pull this engine, take it apart, and put the metal cam gear in there so I don't have to worry about any issues. Now, for those that don't work on engines and stuff, that cam gear is responsible for opening and closing the valves on the motor, and it does some other things like run the governor gear that kind of controls the idle of the engine, and some of them even run the fuel pump. So that's a very important piece of equipment inside the motor, and especially if it's plastic and it breaks inside, that plastic just goes everywhere inside the motor. So then you start thinking, well, this thing's almost 30 years old. Man, they still gonna have parts available? Am I gonna be able to get that cam gear? Hold on, y'all already know. You don't even have to ask. Where'd you get it from, Nick? Where were you able to find it? Y'all already know, I ain't even gonna tell you. Y'all already know how I do. But look at here. Shipped to my front door. Look at that, gaskets. Those seals I was telling y'all about, they can go bad. Bag of seals. Gaskets. Gonna get that taken care of. Woo-hoo-hoo. More seals and gaskets to replace, because you got to break this whole motor down to be able to get to that cam. Let me show you what it looks like for those who haven't seen one before. This is the cam gear. And you see, this one is metal. The one inside the motor now is plastic. Can you imagine something that's supposed to be that heavy duty to do the job that it does being plastic? I don't get it. But here are the little lobes on it, they call them here, that open and close the valves I was telling you about. And you have a crank gear in there that sits against this cam. That crank turns, and then in turn turns this cam gear that operates all that stuff. But yeah, there it is, that's the metal one. But I literally have to pull this motor, take it apart to be able to replace that piece. Now, it could be a chance that the previous owner already went inside and replaced that gear, but I don't know for sure without doing a partial breakdown of the engine and kind of peek inside to see if it was replaced. But by that time, I might as well be prepared to replace this thing. So yeah, that's the next job on there, boy. But you know, your boy Nick love to get into it. Yeah, but that's it, y'all. I just wanted to update y'all on the John Deere, the next dilemma I'm going to be addressing at some point, and get back in this house before this rain comes back through again. But yeah, just want to do a short one on y'all. Y'all can hear that wind blowing. But anyway, Nick will catch y'all in the next one.